everyone. So we can go for third unit and go for third unit AC machines. AC machines. In second unit we discuss about DC machines. Second unit we discuss about DC machines. That is the combination of machine is the combination of motor generator. Motor generator. The definition of motor generator is same, but if the machine operated with DC supply, that is called DC motor. The machine can be generate DC supply, that is called DC generator. Similar way, AC machines can be classified into three types in our syllabus. In this is the transformer. Next, induction motor. Next, AC generators, that is alternators. These three topics can cover our third unit briefly. In transformer also can be shortcutly we can mention transformer. So what about the principle is a working EMF equation, losses. The topics can be covered during the transformer is the principle, working, EMF equation, losses. So in induction motor we can represent it as IM. So induction motor also principle of operation, working, torque, slip and its characteristics. Principle, working, torque, slip, characteristics. So similar way, AC generators, alternators. So alternators also. So what is the principle? Working, the principle, working, EMF equation, losses. Principle, working, EMF equation, losses. These are the topics that cover under the third unit. So first of all, know what is the transformer, what is the induction motor, what is the alternator. First of all, we can clarify which is the principles of motor, generators and like that. So I am telling one brief example. So decide the operation of motor generator. So for generating the voltage, for generating the EMF, we require three basic elements. So one is conductor, another one is magnetic flux, third one is relative motion. These three are the basic elements to produce an EMF. So according to Faraday's first law, what did it say? The Faraday said that whenever a conductor cuts the magnetic lines of force, then there will be a EMF induced. EMF induced. So the Faraday's first law said that whenever a conductor cuts the magnetic lines of force, then there will be a EMF induced. What are the basic elements? The conductor, magnetic flux, relative motion. So that's why I am considered for flux. So one north pole, one south pole. One north pole, one south pole. I am consider one north pole, one south pole. I am consider the flux is travels from north to south. The flux is travel from north to south. The flux is what? The imaginary lines that can travel from north to south. The direction of flux is north to south. So I am placing one conductor. So I am placing one conductor. This is conductor. This one is conductor. So I am taking, said that Faraday's first law, what I am saying, Faraday's first law, whenever a conductor cuts the magnetic lines of force, then there will be a EMF induced. What are the basic elements? Conductor, magnetic flux, relative motion. I am taking conductor, I am taking the magnetic flux. So relative motion, what is that means relative motion? There is a physical rotation. There is a physical rotation. If the conductor is rotated, for example, the conductor in position 1, 2, 3, 4, if you rotate it, the conductor rotates, that cuts the magnetic lines. If conductor rotates, it cuts the magnetic lines. Then there will be, according to Faraday's law, EMF is induced. So that means the relative motion between the conductor and flux, EMF is induced. So conductor rotates, EMF induced. Conductor rotates, EMF induced. That means when the conductor rotates, it cuts the lines. Whenever cuts the lines, there will be EMF induced. In this, what I am rotating? Conductor. So that is one case. So there is another change. So if the poles is there, north pole, south pole. If the poles is interchange. In this case also, if the poles is cuts the magnetic lines. So second case is poles rotates. Poles rotates, EMF induced. Second case is poles rotate, EMF induced. So in both cases, when the EMF induced, it cuts the flux lines. It cuts the flux lines. That means the flux is changes. The flux cutting is changes. In third case, conductor is stationary. Conductor, poles. Both are stationary. Both are stationary. We can apply alternating flux. We can apply alternating flux. In that case, EMF is induced. In that case, EMF is induced. In that case, EMF is induced. That means what I am saying? So first case is conductor rotate, poles stationary. That case also EMF induced. Second case, poles rotating, conductor stationary. That also rotating and EMF induced. Third case, conductor stationary, poles stationary. But we can apply which one? Alternating flux. We can apply alternating flux. In this case also EMF induced. So according to Faraday's law, what I am saying? When a conductor cuts the magnetic lines of force, then there will be a EMF induced. But the conductor rotates, EMF induced. This case we can use for DC machines. In this case we can use for DC machines. That means the conductor is rotating, poles are stationary. But here what is this rotation? Due to rotation EMF gets. That's why it is called as a dynamically induced EMF. Dynamically induced EMF. Due to which action EMF get? Due to rotation. Which one rotate? Conductor rotate. But poles are stationary. So conductor rotates. That's why here the rotation is there. That's why it is called a dynamically induced EMF. So this one can be used for DC machines. Machines means motor, generator. Motor, generator. Here what rotates? Poles rotating. What rotates? Poles rotating. These poles are rotating. The conductor is stationary. The poles position is changes. The EMF is induced. So that's why it is called. This one also due to rotation dynamically. This one also dynamically. But we can apply for AC machines. We can apply for AC machines. AC machines means again motor, generator. Motor, generator. You can use for motor, generator. Third case, here the conductor is stationary, the poles are stationary. Conductor is stationary, poles are stationary. There is no physical rotation. There is no physical rotation. So that's why it is called as a statically. That's why it is called as a statically. What I am saying, both cases, in one or two cases there is a physical rotation. That's why you can call it as a dynamically. In third case there is no physical rotation. So that's why it is called as, I am saying, statically induced EMF. What I am saying, statically induced EMF. In this case EMF can be get by using alternating flux. So this can be used for transformers. This can be used for transformers. So this is about transformers, AC machines, DC machines working principle. So next we can go for transformer. So you can say in transformer which EMF? Statically induced EMF. In AC machines dynamically, but which one rotates? Poles rotating. In DC machines dynamically, but conductor rotates. So we can see that one entering to syllabus. Transformer. Transformer. So definition of transformer. So definition of transformer. The transformer is what? Static device. Because of statically induced EMF. So transformer is a static device. Transformer is a static device which transfers electrical power from one circuit to another circuit without changing power and frequency. So the transformer is a which device? Static device. Which device? Static device. Static device means there is no rotation. There is no physical rotation. We can practically also observe in transformer no part is rotating. So that's why we can call which device? Static device. Which transfer? Which power? Electrical power. Which transfers electrical power from one circuit to another circuit. From one circuit to another circuit without changing. What? The power and frequency. Without changing power and frequency. So that's why it is also called as it one is constant power and frequency device. Constant power and frequency device. Constant power and frequency device. This is about definition. This is about definition. Next, working principle. This is about definition. This is about definition. Working principle. The transformer works on the principle of transformer T by F indicate transformer works on the principle of Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. What is the working principle? Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. What is the induction principle? So consider two coils. Consider two coils. I am said that briefly. I am said that working principle. So tomorrow class we discuss fully about working principle. Just I am telling what is the induction. So induction principle is consider two coils. So coil 1, coil 2. I am applying AC supply to the coil 1. I am applying AC supply to the coil 1. So the secondary of coil 2, I am connecting one galvanometer. These two coils are, we can say that one electrically separated. That means there is no physical connection between coil 1 and coil 2. These two coils are electrically separated but magnetically coupled. I am said that one AC supply is given to this one. This is a line, it acts as a magnet. The flux is linked. With the coil 1. So some fluxes travel through air and link with the coil 2. Due to this linkage of mutual flux, the EMF induced in the secondary coil. So without any physical connection between coil 1 and coil 2, the EMF is induced in the coil 2. That's why it is called as a Faraday's laws of electromagnetic induction. This is called mutual induction principle. Tomorrow we can discuss clearly about mutual induction. So what is the working principle of transformer? Mutual induction. Induction motor also same, mutual induction, but induction motor is rotating. Transformer is not rotating. So we can set that one. We can clear. Everyone. So we can go for third unit. AC machines. In second unit we discuss about DC machines. That is the combination of machine is the combination of motor generator. The definition of motor generator is same, but if the machine operated with DC supply, that is called DC motor. The machine can be generate DC supply, that is called DC generator. Similar way, AC machines can be classified into 3 types in our syllabus.